Yo, it was good with y'all, man. Welcome y'all back to another video. It's your boy Hustle, it's your boy 98 CEO, aka The Answer, and I'm back with another video. I ain't gonna lie to y'all folks, man. I've been away for a little minute from my Atlanta Falcons mock draft side. I ain't been, keeping in tune really. I ain't really update y'all with the new moves the team to make, but we just gonna get straight into it. So my last video, I had did my mock draft. I know I took Jordan Davis. I got Jordan Davis. I think I got Michi too. I don't really remember that whole mock draft, but we really just got to get to what was really going on with the Falcons. That was 2 weeks ago. So at that time, the Falcons was in, trade talks with, not even trade talks. It looked like it was the front runner to land Deshaun Watson. And it was looking like we was really finna flip this team around. Things have went that way. Things have been flipping around. And I ain't like, I'm really liking where we at right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. So, as most people know, Deshaun Watson went to. So originally he had took out the Browns was eliminated. It was the Browns, Carolina, and the Saints. Carolina and the Browns, he said he wasn't going to, so it's out of us and the Saints, Falcons and the Saints. Then I know we had Matt. We had a roster bonus he was doing on that Friday, and they had moved that up to Monday to try to get Deshaun time. I guess I don't know what they was really doing, but kind of giving Deshaun time to just decide on his move. So they gave him that time for that roster bonus, moved that to Monday. So we had to make a decision with Deshaun that weekend. Deshaun, Saturday maybe Sunday? I think it might have been Sunday. Sunday he decided to go to Browns, sign the biggest contract, most guaranteed, no, not most, fully guaranteed contract. So then he got like $240 guaranteed 8 years. He might have got 5 year extension. He already got I think 3 years from his previous contract with the Texans that they picked up when they traded for him. They traded I think 2 firsts. No, they traded 3 firsts. 3 firsts, maybe like a third. They traded a lot. They really dropped. I ain't gonna lie. They dropped the Brinks truck when he got there, but they dropped a little load, to Houston too for him. So then Baker Mayfield, he was on he was on the trading block. Well, he asked for a trade. They said they weren't gonna accommodate it. They get Deshaun Watson, so Baker, he's going to be out of there. I mean, up to this point that I'm recording this, he's still on the team, but he's on his way out. But that's got nothing to do with us. So, back to Atlanta. So, because of, what we did with the Deshaun Watson whole fiasco, he didn't come. So, we sent with Matt, and, they had to make a decision with Matt. So, Matt, I don't really care how the conversation went. I don't care if it was really that. They was like, Matt, we don't even want to bring you back like this. Or Matt was like, I don't want to come back based on what y'all was doing. Really don't care. Regardless, Matt's not on the team no more. I'm very thankful for this happening, honestly, because the thing with the Falcons, one thing I have been my problem with Atlanta is we just don't make certain moves, and that was with the previous regime, of course. That was mostly with the Thomas Dimitroff, and it was really the Dimitroff because we had different coaches during that era. Mike Smith, Dan Quinn, Mike Smith, and before that it was Buddy that left. He was coach like Arkansas. I forgot his name, but yeah, that one just left. But you know what I'm saying? What we didn't do as a front office was really make those efforts and concerted efforts to go get somebody to drastically change the team. We would just stay put with being mediocre. Like my problem with the Falcons is over the last probably since 2018, Matt Ryan's been a digressing quarterback, and it's just like instead of understanding that, okay, well let's try to. Instead of extending them, it's almost like you have a digressing quarterback. You're not getting better. You're going to be about the same record with them. Instead of trying to make the team better around them or better in general for the long haul, you just sit there and wallow in that and be that team. So I'm happy they blew this up. I ain't gonna lie to you. So going to the new regime, what I like is we're not afraid to shake this up. Matt Ryan's 37 years old. He's been digressing at least the last 3 years. For sure, too. If you want to be nice about it, too. He has not been that same quarterback that took us to the Super Bowl. And even in 2017, when we lost to Philly, he's not the same quarterback no more. Not a problem. He's 37 years old. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have the strongest arm in the league anyway. So, him not being able to, him throwing them punts to people is not really going to help with age. That he can't throw to them now that he's getting older. He's not going to be able to throw to them later. He hasn't had the great arm his whole career, so it's just like, why not go ahead and just understand that's what it is and just move forward? But they weren't doing that for a long time, so that was kind of my issue with, like I said, the overregime. My boy Art Smith and my boy Terry, if they come right in for year one, we're gonna hold them down year one. We're gonna go with it. Year one, what we do? We went 7-9, 7-10. Again, mediocre team. We playing Matt Ryan. What I hear, Matt Ryan made a third of the salary on the team. That's what he made up. That's not necessarily nobody's fault. Because I mean, if I'm mad, I'm not gonna take less money to. If that's my contract, I'm taking my contract, and I deserve that. He deserved that time he got the extension, I'm sure. But it's the mid-off. It's just like you can't give a third of your salary cap to one player, and that's your quarterback, and then be mad that the other things around him are not up to par when you don't draft well, and you're not hitting your drafts, and you're also not building up your players that you do draft. So again, like I tell you, them, we'll go with this year one, win 17. We're not missing nothing. It's like with Matt, you're gonna be the same thing, the way I see it. With Matt this year, we would have went 6-11. You weren't gonna be a better team, so why not just blow it all up and go ahead and just deal with the shot value of, oh, Matt Ryan's not the quarterback. And that's for the fans that really is just so Matt Ryan, because most fans are gonna be like, I'm happy they gone. And it's not that we don't appreciate Matt. It's just like, do I appreciate Matt, or am I a Falcons fan or a Matt Ryan fan? Because if I'm a Matt Ryan fan, then like Matt Ryan fan, I feel like you should go with the Colts and carry that on and go be over there on that side. I'm a Falcons fan, so I don't become really predicated on any player as far as to where, I mean, I can go like the player on another team and say, oh, I still want to do good, but I don't become predicated. I'm like, bro, why would they get rid of him? Man, it's just like Matt Ryan been here, what I'm saying, 15 years. He had a great run. One of the best Falcons in history. Don't matter. Like I said, for most of them, I was mad when Hula was gone. Because Hula, you didn't see that digression in his talent. Or not say talent. You didn't see that digression in his performance. He just wasn't on the field. He was just always hurt. But Matt, you see that digression. It's been happening for years. So it's just like, for them to come in year two, tear that on up, and start anew, I like that. So I'm pushing Matt to the side. And I'm really excited to see these Colts games. Because I feel like, I understand what Matt is. So there's for Indianapolis is a team that they believe, and not just them, but people around the league believe that they just need a quarterback. They got their guy. So I'm excited to see them next year, and I want to see what the issues when they don't do what they think they're gonna do, the people say that it is. Are they gonna say it's because you can't say it's a running game? You got the number one, you got the best running back in the league. He just came out the lead rushing season. Well, I don't know if you say the best, but because you still got Derrick Henry. That's the only person I would say. The rest of them is like not lower tier, but it's out of him and Derrick Henry type of. But you got one of the best running backs in the league, one of the best offensive lines in the league. You have an actual defense. So all these problems you have in Atlanta, you don't have when you go to Indianapolis. So when Indianapolis still don't do what people think they should do, then I want to know who to blame is. Because this year they got off with the Carson Wentz one. They said it was Carson Wentz cool. So you got Matt Ryan now, and I want to see what they say is the issue. I wish him the best out there, but I'm just excited to see the revelation of what we were dealing with these last couple of years. Because like I said, a lot of stuff gets off with. We had such a bad offensive line. We had no defense around them. And a lot of it is, Matt is just not as good as y'all think he is anymore, which is nothing wrong with that. And then, so we're going to push forward off that. We're just going to say, the compensation for it. So we got a third-round pick for Matt. I mean, I was a little disappointed with the third-round pick because I'm just like, that's all we got from Matt. But at the same time, I don't think that highly of Matt anyway. And I almost feel like people around the league don't either. And then what I mean by that is, I understand our leverage was taken because we was already out there in the ocean on the Deshaun train. So just like, you can understand that. So I got why, and you had to trade him at that point because if you didn't, the roster bonus was gonna kick in. And I understand you trying to get him to a destination that he wanted to be in. So all that's cool. But just my mindset, the third rounder is just like we could have got a third and a fifth. But I mean, it is what it is. I'm not really tripping. I'm actually excited that we get that pick this year, so we have another. It's gonna come in handy. I feel like this year at third. So again. So now we got a first, 2 seconds, and 2 threes, 2 thirds. So the extra third is gonna come in handy, and that's got to be a quality start that comes in. So like I said, we're gonna push Matt to the side. Congrats to Indianapolis, congrats to Matt. Hope wish him the best in the future with the Colts. And as far as that, I'm moving on my team. So with the Falcons, so now they quickly after they made some nice signings as well. But after that, they signed Mariota to court. For, I guess, a bridge quarterback, or they actually give him a chance to start. He's been with the Arthur Smith in his system. They've made a couple quality signings. Casey Hayward, that's a great signing. That's the best signing we had the offseason. Probably the best, one of the best signings we had in the last 2 years. The only reason I say that is because Cordero. Well, you really can't say that. I'm based on what I'm saying, like based off like the previous year. Because when Cordero came in, Cordero didn't have a great year with Chicago. It was kind of like you can look back on the sign and say that was one of the best signings of last year, of course. But this time, Casey Hayward going into the season, this is a great signing. Casey Hayward is a quality corner, especially when they can go on the other side of AJ. That was the problem with the Houston trade. I kept hearing that AJ was going to be in the trade, and I was kind of, once I heard that, I was off it. So I'm like, this is the trade I had in my head. You can get Matt Ryan, Deion Jones, and Gray Jerry. You can get Gray if you want to. I ain't gonna lie, I would get Gray in a second. Y'all not getting all that extra pick because I didn't understand where Houston thought they had all this ammo from. Of course, Cleveland gonna send all that because that's Cleveland. That's the Cleveland thing to do. Just like Deshaun. That's what I said about him when this is the last night I had about him. Anybody that wants to be in Cleveland and just chooses to be there, they deserve to be in Cleveland. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Going back to the conversation, so I'm like, when they keep saying AJ, I'm like, no, I'm not giving up AJ. I can't do it. My boy just burst onto the scene last year. I'm really straight on that. So that was once I started hearing AJ more and more, and I'm like, I don't know where Houston think they get all this leverage from. They're not getting AJ. I was like, yeah, I'm kind of happy that he went to Cleveland. I feel like it's gonna be a little fiasco with him over there, but I ain't got nothing to do with us again. We on what we got going on. Yeah, like I said, so that's that. Then what else? Like I said, we brought in Mariota. I like to pick up Mariota. With Tannehill, is Tannehill that much better than Mariota? I don't think so. They're probably the same quarterback. So I feel like in the system, Mariota actually could do something with the Falcons. And at the same time, I would be happy with Mariota just because I almost feel like it sounds bad, but I don't think we can get worse than we were with Matt Ryan. And it's gonna sound weird because he's a good quarterback, but like the thing with Matt Ryan, I feel like your quarterback's supposed to like be a band-aid to a lot of your problems. I feel like Matt Ryan intensifies all the problems the Falcons have. So we don't have a great offensive line. But at the same time, we don't have as bad an offensive line as we do with Matt Ryan. Like, the offensive line looks bad with Matt Ryan. But insert Mariota, I guarantee we don't have 40 sacks going forward. Well, I'm going to say this year. I guarantee we don't have 40 sacks this year. Because now we have a competent moving quarterback. We don't have somebody that's going to take a sack. We don't have somebody that's... It's just like, Matt be doing a whole bunch. So it's just like, you can't move. You like a statue. You like Statue of Liberty back there. So when it's pressure in your face, I see you getting sacked. That makes sense. But... Just a regular competent mover of the football can understand to get out the pocket and maybe extend plays, or it's just gonna give us a better chance. It's gonna honestly make the games more exciting. Honestly, because you're gonna have more action. It's just like you're not gonna have a statue right there. That's a huge problem we got. Brian Damian Williams, I mean, that's not a bad pick. I'm not really either way on that. But like I said, that Case Hayward, I like that. To go on the other side of AJ, a veteran in the group, so he can coach up AJ. Because AJ look like he just arrived. He ready to go. Then, I mean, we had Fabian Moreau on the other side, so anything's better than Fabian Moreau. And we got Case Hayward. Case Hayward, what, 33? Come on, that's a great pickup. And then at the same time, I feel like we should go get somebody, second round, to, go ahead and kind of, to groom behind them. I feel like Darren Hall and Avery Williams, they were just picks last year. I'm not really sure what they were doing with that. But I feel like you need to go get you a guy this year in this corner group that you can build up to be that long-term solution across from AJ. Because Case Hayward, he got 1 to 2 years. He got signed for 2 years, but I'm saying he got probably 1 to 2 good years left. And maybe he got more, but it's just like, you still need to groom with that guy behind him. That's why I always feel like that's how you stay like a New England or Boston, where you let somebody, I mean not Boston, or Baltimore. You let somebody go and you bring somebody right in to fill that position that's been there. Where you don't have to go search out. Not to say you don't go get a free agent, but you don't have to seek out that. Like New England, they always they let somebody walk. They just had a great year, just like Jason Jackson, corner man. They had like 19 picks last 3 years. That boy just walked and went to the Chargers. Jason Jackson, one's probably not gonna do what he was doing in New England, and two, that means somebody's there. Cause Bill gonna let you walk. Bill not gonna pay you. And then once it it kind of goes that way, Bill bring you back and to get you revamp your career. So that's that. So like I said, got those extra picks, so I got to bring out another mock draft. Like I said, talking about a couple of the picks we made, a couple of receivers. And with these mock drafts I've been seeing from others like Todd McShay and them, really it's Kuiper. Kuiper really be blowing. We better not take no receiver at 8. That's all I'm gonna say. We do not need a receiver that bad. Our receiving team depth might not be good. We do not have to go get a receiver at 8. I don't care what they say. So all that Treylon Burks and Drake London at 8, no sir. We need to go defense or quarterback, and that's facts. But like I said, so I'm gonna go ahead and lock in for the mock draft. I just want to talk to y'all a little bit about what's been going on in Atlanta news. Like I said, it's been a busy 2 weeks for us. We did a lot, and I'm liking the direction of the team. I feel like we're already a better team in general, to be honest. We don't have and Rashawn Evans, that was a great pickup at linebacker. Alua Khan, I was not mad at all that he left and went to Jacksonville, because Alua Khan was okay to me. He wasn't great. He wasn't really good. Deion, he's still up in the air. You might want to let him stay just because you lost a lot of linebacker depth. If Michael Walker's not ready to step into that starting role, Rashawn Evans to come over and start though. I like that size, 6'2", 230, because that's the type of linebacker we need. I need a downhill linebacker. I need somebody that's gonna come hit somebody in the hole. Not somebody that's gonna run and chase you and you run him over for 5 yards and he just make the tackle. That's irrelevant to me. That's how like a Luke 192 tackles. Most of them tackles are not significant. It's not in the backfield. I need somebody like that. I'll take 100 tackles with 15 tackles in the back, tackles for loss, over somebody that got 192 tackles. I mean, you just push your folks out of bounds. That kind of tackle, like it's a whole bunch of like I don't care about none of that. So like I said, definitely want to bring an updated draft for y'all. Kind of got a little direction for the team. They brought Eric Harris back. I'm upset about that because I'm anybody but him. But I mean, as long as he's not starting, I don't care. He's an injured, so he can't be starting. I think he broke his wrist or something. As long as he's not starting, I don't care. So Richie Grant got to take a step. Jalen Hawkins, I don't know something about them. They kind of iffy about, so I wouldn't mind taking safety. Like I said, we're gonna get into that a little more in the mock draft. So like I said, we're gonna lock in and give us a updated mock draft.